Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to my guide to Icthlarin Little Helper on RuneScape 3. If you're doing this on old school RuneScape, I have a guide for that as well, link description below. On screen right now is everything you need to prepare yourself for this quest. The green text is everything you actually need. The white text is just side notes and things I recommend. Most of this is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to take a minute to explain the stuff that may not be. Everything that's required here can be bought off the Grand Exchange, with the exception of the cat or kitten and the bucket of sap. The cat can be obtained from Gertrude from the Gertrude's Cat quest in Varrock. Chances are you already have one in your bank, so you should definitely check that first before going there, as you can only have one anyways. A bucket of sap can be obtained by using an empty bucket on an evergreen tree, which can be found north of Valdor. I'll show you in the video in a minute if you can't find it. For the water skins, the 2+ is the quantity and the 4 is how much each one is filled up, and 4 just means all the way filled up, similar to how a 4-dose potion works. If you're an Ironman and can't just buy everything off the Grand Exchange, there's the same list of stuff by added explanations next to each item, the white text explaining where to get everything. If you need a bucket of sap, bring an empty bucket to the area north of Valdor, shown by a yellow mark on this map. You can easily get there using the Valdor lodestone. Use the bucket and evergreen tree to fill with sap, and that's it. To start the quest, go to the area in the desert shown by a yellow mark on this map. You have to be able to give the person as there one full water skin, so you must limit the amount of time you are in the desert getting there so you don't accidentally drink too much of it. You can either use the Polnavich teleport and run from there. If your house is in Polnavich, you can use a home teleport and run from there, or go through Ashante Pass, take a magic carpet ride to Polnavich and run from there. The green line is the magic carpets. When you get here, talk to the Wanderer and select the second chapter and says why, what's your problem with it, then accept the quest. Talk to her again and select the 4th chapter and says yes, I have them all here, to give her the tinderbox and the fully filled water skin 4 to get a cutscene, and you'll be inside the city of Sophanem. Once you're in the city, from that point forward, if you need to leave and come back for any reason, you can now take a magic carpet from Polnavich or Narda and just walk through the gate. Touch the pyramid door to the south and you'll experience a flashback. You have to make your way through the pyramid while avoiding the traps until you reach the pit. You'll know what the pit is when you see it. The beginning will be a completely clear path, then you have the moving walls, but those are easy to avoid, just simply don't go near them. The hard part is the part after the moving walls until you reach the end of that hallway, because this part does contain traps, you just can't see them. So I'm putting up an image on the screen indicating what the safe tiles are for the part of the path after the moving walls. The safe tiles are where the sharks are dropped. After the part of the hallway with the invisible traps, you're in the clear. Not that there's no traps, but not ones you need to worry about and can't see. Just go until you reach the pit, which is an interesting one by the way. You have to jump the pit, and your chances of success are based on your agility level and your energy level. It's recommended that you have both your hands free, meaning no weapons or shields being wielded. I read that somewhere, but not sure if it even really matters. I believe you need at least 20% energy to even attempt it, and each attempt, whether successful or not, will drain about 15% energy. So I would take a second to rest before each attempt to restore to 100% energy. Even if you're impatient, I definitely think it's worth doing since you lose energy every time anyways. So if you keep failing and don't rest, you're just making it worse for yourself. Also, if you fail, you'll be sent back to an earlier section of the pyramid and take some damage, so be sure to keep your HP up. You'll have to make your way back and probably use some run energy getting back. You have to keep trying until you make it across. Once you're across the pit, go west and attempt to enter the room. You'll be faced with a puzzle, but it's actually really easy to solve. In the bottom right hand corner, the bird looking thing is a reset button. You need to keep pressing that until your puzzle looks exactly like the image I put on the right side of the video, except for the numbers. When your puzzle looks like this, the numbers represent the order that you click the squares in. So you select those 3 in that exact order, it'll flip the tiles over to complete the image, and that's it. If done right, your screen will fade out and you'll be back outside. Talk to a nearby Sphinx and select the chapters right on screen. There is a big building in the southern part of the city with a prayer altar. Go over there. You can also pick up your cat or kitten now if you want. You won't need it for a little bit. Talk to the high priest. Go back to the pyramid door from before. Right click the door and you're going to choose to open the door this time instead of touch. Your cat or kitten needs to help you open it. I think it will come out by itself if it's not already, but if it doesn't, just bring it out on your own. You have to go through a pyramid again while avoiding the traps to get to the pit. Once again, I'm showing you an image of all the safe tiles in the beginning, which is where the sharks are. Attempt to jump the pit and you experience another flashback picking up from where you left off before. Enter the western room and attempt to take the jars until a monster appears. And by that, I mean try taking different jars. If it's not the right one, it won't let you pick it up, so you have to try different ones. This will not be the same for everybody, but when you do try picking up the right one, a monster will appear, and you have to fight him. This will not be the same for everyone, but when you do try to pick up the right one, fight the monster that appears. It'll be one of 4 random ones, the names of which are written on screen along with the attack styles they use, so use protection prayers accordingly if you want. If you get one of the melee users, you can even use the table in the middle of the room as a safe spot. I actually got one of the magic users, but you see me doing it anyways just to show you that it works. After the fight, take the correct jar again. It should go in your inventory this time. If you forgot which one it was, then just attempt to take all of them again until it works. Leave the room and attempt to jump across the pit to get out of the flashback and end up back on the other side. You now have to jump the pit to get back to that room for real. I also wrote on screen all the information that you need to help you get across in case you forgot. Attempt to open the door to the western room and you have to solve the puzzle again. Same thing as before, reset the puzzle until it looks like the image that I have on the right, then click the 3 squares that are numbered in that exact order. Drop the jar on the spot where you found it and exit the pyramid. You can leave the pyramid by simply running back the way you came. Unfortunately, there isn't an easier way. You might get lucky and fall into the pit to get sent back to an earlier part of the pyramid. Then you can trigger one of the traps that you can't see in the hallway in the beginning to get back to the entrance. I'm putting up an image of the hallway once again, but be aware if you fall into the trap on purpose, you will take damage. Climb up the ladder and go back to the high priest. You can recharge your prayer points here too if needed, but talk to the high priest and select the first chapter that says, sure, no problem. Go towards the closest building to the northwest. Outside this building to the north is an Embalmer. Talk to him. Go to the eastern side of the city to look for a building with a pottery icon on it. Talk to the carpenter, and it's like the second chapter and says, "Alright, I'll get the wood for you." Talk to the carpenter again to give him the willow logs. You have to wait a bit for him to get you what you need, so we'll come back. In the meantime, outside the next building to the north, you'll find someone named Ray Tull. Talk to him to buy a piece of linen from him for 30 coins. Go back to the Embalmer. Talk to the Embalmer to give him the linen, the bag of salt, and the bucket of sap. Go back to the carpenter. Talk to the carpenter, and there'll be a brief pause in dialogue. Just wait a moment, finish the conversation, and he'll give you a holy symbol. Go to the door of the pyramid. Right-click the door and choose to open. Remember, your cat helps you open the door. Make your way to the pit. The safe parts of the hallway in the beginning is being shown on screen once again. Attempt to jump the pit to get another flashback. You already be on the other side of the pit, and you're going to go into the room to the east this time. Use the unholy symbol in your inventory on any of the sarcophagus along the walls of the room. Exit the room to get out of the flashback, and you'll be on the other side of the pit. You have to jump it again for real to get to the other side. Enter the eastern room. Talk to the high priest. Defeat the possessed priest who uses magic if you want to use protection prayers. After the fight, talk to the high priest. Exit the pyramid by making your way back to the ladder at the beginning, same way as before. climb up the ladder, and go back to the High Priest. Talk to the High Priest, and that will be the end of the quest. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for future videos to come if you haven't already. Catch you later. Peace.